Buenos dias and a wonderful morning to you. And this is a message to you from the heart of Dawn. And I would like to talk to you today about something that people keep asking me. Dawn, you keep talking about not being, having the compass of old brain survival and protecting ourselves from this danger and this danger and that danger. And you're talking about rising above it. Well, what are you going to use to protect yourself? Now, of course, that statement in and of itself is them still being in their old brain survival. And so old brain survival is that fight, flight, or play dead. That's what it is. And it's been with us for uh, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. However, we're being called to rise above that. We, as the divine beings that we are. And so I want to tell you a story about how this works and what is there in its place. And so this beautiful lady that I'd been with for over 4 years, we went up where she was and in the Pacific Northwest, and it was the time of year where the grizzlies were doing their feeding on the salmon, and there was this really wide stream and a waterfall at the end, and it was about a mile or so hike in through the up to the end, and the grizzlies would be there feeding on the salmon. Anyway, this day we went, and you can either walk through the creek up to the end of the waterfall, but she knew, because she is such a proficient tracker and survivalist, that she knew, hey, the grizzly bears would already be there. So what she said, why don't we go in through the old growth forest, and we'll do it that way and come all the way around and in behind by the waterfall. Okay, following you there, Miss Expert in the wilderness. And so we got away up near the end, and then we had to cut across. And when we cut across the forest, there was this stream about 2 feet, no, about 3 or 4 feet wide, like, and it was snaking in like this, in and around the forest, these trees. And she was, about 3, 4 feet ahead of me. And this one time, and she hunched down to get a drink of water, cup in her hands to get a drink of water. And there was a bush, a big bush right beside her. And when she bent down to get this drink of water, all of a sudden we heard a rustle. And it was a rustle on the other side of this here big bush. Here it was, what we found out just not very long after, was an 800-pound grizzly sitting in the creek just on the other side of this bush that we were both in front of. Now, old brain survival would have immediately been fight, not going to win that one. Flight, not going to win that one. Play dead, there's a small possibility of winning that one. And so, what we did instead, now, once again, she has a history of being a tracker, being a survivalist, and she started telepathically talking to the grizzly, saying, we're sorry, we apologize, we did not know you were here, this is your territory, this is your domain, you are the king, you are the ruler of this land, and we apologize for interfering with your with your quietness and your just uh, being yourself. And as she was talking, the both of us simultaneously, intuitively started quietly with zero fear, backing up, and backing up. The grizzly bear stood up, turned its head, snorted, and walked in the opposite direction. That is what replaces old brain survival. That's it. You rise above it. You rise above it to this divine state of knowingness and oneness with everything around us. That is what I'm talking about. And just on that trip alone, we had interactions with eight bear interactions. Yes, that was the closest, and that was the most intense, and that could have been by far the most dangerous. And it wasn't at all. Okay, so there is a way. There is a way to live without this panic and angst and wondering what's going to happen with the coronavirus and how we're going to die from this and how we're going to die from that. Yeah, that's the whole brain survival, and we're called to rise above it. And the way to do that is to be in your I am divinity. That is how to do it. Yes, there's other forms, but that's the one that you have all the power. The power to be in, the power that you have, and to know what that is, and then just that natural influence and there's stories upon stories about how you just intuitively knew something. Intuitively knew something. What's intuition? Intuition is beyond the ego mind. That's what it is. There's many descriptions or whatever, but it's beyond that ego mind that's fight, flight, or play dead. And why did I take that turn? Why did I leave at that particular moment? Why did I do this? How did that happen? How come I went in this direction? Ha! Now that's the one that you will get more and more and more uh, trained to learn how to listen and how to use that in a way that you won't even need to be worrying about safety. You won't, because you'll have be in this state of invincibility. And this invincibility allows you to access your intuition that knows everything about everything. Isn't that amazing? And that is inside you, ready to be awoken. And I trust that that's the greatest gift the coronavirus would give you, is to awaken you to how powerful you are. Yes, with these intuitive gifts. So, have a magnificent day. Know that on Saturday and Sunday, I do the I Am Divinity Instant and Permanent Transformation by Donation. The Saturday one at 11 Cabo time is in Spanish. The Sunday one is in English. And I also have the those that have a terminal disease, the program of You Are Your Cure to Your Terminal Disease. Those are one-on-ones mostly. So if you know of anyone that's been given the nocebo, if you're going to die in this amount of time, you might want to get them to reach out. Anyway, have a magnificent day. Just get on Facebook and I'll be there to answer your call. Bye for now.